I got broads in Atlanta. I got pandas in Canada. Pandas, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Good morning, pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, pandas. Hoo-wee! Hoo-wee! As you guys can see, my slight progress yesterday. One second. Made this a little bigger for you guys, so you guys can see it. Good morning, my pandas. To reverse the market and keeps going upwards. So this could be acting as a failure here. But man, oh man, oh man. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to stop this market from going up. Trend lines on these kind of markets are a little more difficult to draw because we don't really have a good place to place our channel. We could do something like this. Could do something like this, but also that's not good either. I want a deeper pullback in order to make my channel here. So don't really have a good place to make my channel because the pullback has been too weak to make that channel, so I cannot really make a nice channel here. But right now we had an inside or not inside bar yesterday, but basically a doji bar yesterday. Again, most likely doji bar today. If we had doji bar yesterday, most likely doji bar today. But we shall see. We shall let the price action tell us every single day. So yesterday I had about a $500 day yesterday. Could have had more, but I was cutting my runners out really short. Had a couple good trades yesterday. I'll just say right now, if you guys don't have the trading range indicator, the trading range indicator was everything. You know, I put in the chat here this trade here to come back to the bottom of the trading range on the 5-minute. So this was yesterday's price action. Basically, the trading range indicator marking for us perfectly the trading range. So came up here. We thought, you know, if you didn't have the trading range indicator, you're thinking, okay, this is gonna go up forever. But the trading range indicator is still notifying us that we are still in the trading range. um, and we don't break out, I can show you the breakout mode, what it looks like. So you got to ask yourself the question, when does this trading range pretty much end? And so when it was here, this line was most likely a little bit higher, but because this line gets adjusted after every bar, right, the breakout mode, basically it's the ATR times 2, and so the ATR times 2 at this point was right here. So this is when it finally broke out, was with this bar, and with this bar we could say, okay, this is finally breaking out and there's no more trading range. So with this bar, this big bar, we finally broke out and we got a couple of legs up here. So but at this time the ATR, this line must have been higher because it didn't break out until here. So with the ATR, this must have been higher over here. So but that was the trading range indicator was signifying to us the trading range, we're not done yet, right? We're not even 2 times the ATR away from the trading range. And so after we made this super small risk, right, to go short, it goes down and goes back to the bottom of the trading range with an H4 setup. And so you can actually buy here, risk this much, but to gain this much of the trading range. It comes back here. Guess where it hits its head? It hits its head on the trading range multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And so that's where you would want to get out. But you know, depends on how you want to. And then when you see this bar create a big tail like that, that's scary, right? If you're in this trade, you didn't get out here, you're thinking, okay, this will come back down to the bottom trading range, but actually it ends up failing to reverse and continues to go up. So yeah, the 5-minute trading range was everything on yesterday's trading. And so I took advantage of this. I got a little piece of this downtrend, this reversal, but I didn't get all of it. And also on this uptrend here, I didn't get all of it as well. And that was probably my mistake. But I had runners on both of those, and you know, had a $500 day, which is not bad. I'll take a $500 a day. Also mentioned in the Discord chat that while we were up here, I noticed this ledge here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in a row, and you can see when it breaks out, it comes back to test the ledge here. It bounces off of it. I told it on the Discord, two-legged pullback Discord, that most likely we'll come back to test this ledge sometime. And I thought it was gonna happen yesterday, but actually ends up happening in the overnight session. Comes all that back down, breaks through the ledge, and comes back just to test it. And the reason why I say that, because ledges are key points. They are obvious points in price action telling us the market thinks that this price is important. And so when there's a price that's important, the market typically likes to come back to it and retest it. It means that the market found a good price that it likes to be in. And so I mentioned, you know, while this was going up, kept telling the Discord, you know, I just don't feel confident in any of these two-legged pullbacks here because I see this ledge and I think we're gonna come back down to test it. And it just happens to do it overnight on the overnight session. So it happens sooner or later, but you know, it is what it is. Now we're kind of back in the uptrend here. Let's look at the current price action. And you can see this, and you can say that we would break a trend now and making a new high. And this new high comes off with a two-legged pullback. A, B, C, and this two-legged pullback already makes a point here. Right after the two-legged pullback, right, it makes a new high with a two-legged pullback. And so here at this point, you're actually looking for some sort of reversal. We also have a bigger pattern here as well. Right, we had this spike in channel happening. Finally, when we broke down it, we can look for a new high, which is the new highs now. And it happens with two legs, two bigger legs, right? A, B, C. On a higher time frame, that's just two legs. If I move to the 10K chart, that is just two legs on a 10K chart. Right? You have break of trend, new high. And so on the 10K chart, you have break of trend and this two-legged pullback, A, B, C. So That's what it is. This ABC on the 2K chart right here that you see, ABC, simply the ABC on the 10K chart. 2 legs on the 10K chart, but multiple legs in the 2K chart. But you know, that's what it looks like. You can see the 2-legged pullback optically here. And we get a nice push down here now. Looking for probably a reversal here, but it is hard to say. I mean, we are in an uptrend currently, and I would need some evidence, right? Strong bear bar, it's looking good. No follow through, not looking so good. So a little confusing here. It may do a channel like this, a broader channel, and might keep going up. But yeah, we'll see. Pandas, good morning. You guys are rolling in. Make sure you scalp that like button. Tim Chong, good morning from Minnesota. Aaron Korn from Los Angeles. Let's go. Let's get that bamboo. We're getting that bamboo today. Kellyanne, good morning. Good morning. Gaming Og Gouda, good morning from Norway. I'm not sure if I've seen this name before. Gaming OG Gouda. If you're new to the stream, thanks for joining. If you're just lurking, thanks for the chat engagement. Do appreciate it. Phil W from Toronto. Yeah, let's get that bamboo. We're getting that bamboo. This is all bamboo here that we're gonna try to get. Steel Fawn 12. Good morning from France. Welcome to the stream. Again, I'm not sure if I've seen that name before. Steel Fawn 12. Rover 183. Panda, have you ever tried the Lilu 10-day evaluation? I have not. And the reason why I'm trying Apex is because one thing, they don't have a time limit. I don't have to do it in 10 days. Also, this is cheaper. And so Apex right now is really cheap, 50% off. And there's a coupon code. Let me put a pinned message. You should see the message in the chat here. I'll just put a pinned message here. And so Apex is pretty much modeled after Lilu, but it takes all the kind of the bad things out of Lilu and it makes it into its own. And so keeping all the best things of Lilu and trying to take out the bad things of Lilu, that's kind of what the Apex model is right now. And I'm guessing and I'm hoping this is due to competition in the market. You're getting these better deals on these funded firms, prop firms. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Brighter Future asks, how long have you been trading? I've been trading probably about 4 years. Just in general, just like getting my feet wet with Robinhood, getting just into stocks. Before this, my strategy used to be just trading divergences. Divergences on like RSI divergences with using indicators. But I realized just how low the probabilities are for those trades. Even though if it does work out, it does give you a nice outcome, right? Nice breakouts. But I realized it's just the probability was too low. But in terms of the strategy, probably now about 1.5 years, I've been doing this particular strategy, 2-legged pullback. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like price action. I like price action a lot. It kind of keeps the mind busy. You're trying to read every single bar, trying to look into it, right? And trying to figure out what's going on. And I enjoy that. It's like a puzzle to me, and I like enjoying trying to solve the puzzle of the market using price action. So Bernadette, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Good morning, my pandas. Mike Richardson says spike in channel here. Quite possibly. Oh, maybe he's talking about the daily. You know what? That is a nice observation. Spike. This channel is very tight. Very tight channel, but Yeah, I think that is the pattern right here. Spiking channel here. Very tight channel. Spiking channel. Good observation. Duncan Kilgore says, got that scalp short. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Aaron Korn says, awesome TR indicator. Observer says, that TR indicator has changed my trading forever for the better. Great tool. Let's go, baby. I'm glad it's helpful, you know? Really, I wouldn't put these tools out unless I thought it was helpful. I wouldn't be using them if I didn't think they're helpful. And so, I'm glad that they're helpful for you guys. And I think they're worth its weight in gold. Every indicator here. If it helps you with one scalp, basically, you can pay for your indicator with just one scalp. Caesar asks, how do I get into Discord? You gotta purchase the deluxe indicator, and that's free access to the Discord, lifetime access. Scott Harvard, SW Blaze, good morning, good morning. Ralph Gruns. Call me call. Anything on TradingView similar to the TR indicator? Nope, nope, nope. By the way, Pandas, I appreciate you guys coming a little early, joining us earlier, so I can answer your questions. You know, any questions you guys have, I can answer them now. Kellyanne says, I'm doing 2 Apex combines now. Absolutely incredible. Good morning. Richard Harris in the house. Good morning. Petrolin 500. Good morning from Czech Republic. Mo. Good morning. Good morning. As you guys are joining in, we're about to start in about 10 minutes here. Pandas. We're getting our bamboo. We're gonna find those two-legged pullbacks today. This is a genuine break of trend, though, in my opinion. Still above the 20 EMA, so cannot go short here. I'm still thinking this is an uptrend until proven otherwise. I need a nice double top here, or I need some sort of reversal pattern here. Richard Harris asked, do you trade in Discord? I don't share my screen, but I mention, we talk about, you know, if there's a nice juicy setup, we'll mention it in Discord and talk about it, saying, hey, we're interested in this two-leg pullback or this two-leg pullback or this trap, and we'll talk about it in the Discord. And so right now, what we're looking at is this break of trend to new high, right? On the 10K chart, that's just a two-legged pullback. And right now we have our break of high here also on the 2K chart with a break of trend new high. So we could be finding a reversal here at any point. The 10K chart, as you can see, it's kind of hard to see because this line is the exact same line as, you know, yesterday's high, or let's say Thursday's high is the same place as the top of the trading range. So we got a trading range on the 10K chart. So we do have a trading range here, and top to the bottom to the top to the bottom here. Perfect hit on the bottom. Now we're kind of coming up here, trying to figure out what's going on. This could be a failed breakout with a two-legged pullback coming back down to the bottom. But when I see something like this, Pandas, right? When we hit the bottom with a wick like that, it makes me think that we're gonna reverse and break out to the other side. You know, when we have a wick like this, like just a tap, right, or like a stomp on the bottom of a trading range, and we're breaking out on the side, like I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to go up and break out here finally. This kind of showing, like, you know, the strength of the bulls and the weakness of the bears, you know, and that means that there are limit orders here, right? There are limit order bulls here waiting to the bottom of this trading range, and, you know, created by price action. Just the bottom of the trading range taps it, and that means that there were enough bulls with limit orders plus follow through in order to bounce off of this market right when it touches it, and not enough bears, right? Bears just taking their profits here, but not enough bears re-entering in, or strong enough bears thinking that we're going to continue to go down to continue down beyond the trading range. Bouncing off like that with a strong wick like that makes me think, or strong tail, makes me think we might be breaking out to the upside. You know, that's just it's an observation I'm seeing. But we do have this break of trend new high. So you got competing information, and it is what it is. Richard Harris says he sent a request. Richard Harris, you're gonna have to email support@twoleggedpullback.com unless you're comfortable here writing your Discord ID. But if you email support@twoleggedpullback.com, we can help you there, and we can work a little privately, because otherwise I'll have to ask you what is your Discord ID. If you want to put it here in front of thousands to see, then be my guest. But it is what it is. Please email support@twoleggedpullback.com. Market's about to open in 5 minutes, and as you guys are rolling in, let me go over what's going on. I'm Buy Money, and welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us. I'm the only trader who trades the two-legged pullback live for you guys. And it's quite a journey, and it's quite difficult to do, honestly, you know. But pandas, I do it for the community. I do it for you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. I would just peacefully trade by myself and probably trade much better. But pandas, it's seriously a joy to trade with the community. With that being said, it does help out a lot if you guys scalp that like button. But pandas, this is what we're doing here on this series. On this next episode of Two-Legged Pullback, Buy Money will attempt to continue to get his funded account on Apex evaluation. Right now I'm doing Apex evaluation, getting a funded account, trying to get a $150,000 funded account. In order to do so, I first need to get $9,000 without ever hitting a $5,000 trailing drawdown. Pandas. And we're gonna get it, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it trading only one single instrument, the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the universe, the S&P 500 futures, the E-mini, the ES. It's a Super Bowl of trading. And we trade here every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback, trying to keep things simple as possible. Looking for this setup in good context. With good context, it's in greater than 90% probability to make 1 point for us. The reason being is because the market loves to move in twos. And when the market makes a two-legged move like this, that means that move is done, and we like to enter into the second entries. So we like to actually enter here. If you want more information about the setup, you can check out the description below. There are playlists going over the setup here, going over how to count legs and identifying these second entries. And so on this chart, right, I mean, we have a two-legged pullback here. I'm not saying it's a good two-legged pullback. It is a two-legged pullback though. A two-legged pullback, actually two-legged pullbacks here. Sorry, it's a little wonky. I didn't realize that broke the previous pivot high. Count resets. Two-legged pullback here, and you have a nice, right, terrible signal bar. Actually, this signal bar is not bad, right? This signal bar is actually pretty good, but man, if you enter that would make you sweat. But if you held on to the proper stop loss, then you would have made your scalp here. But you have to be okay losing that. You gotta be okay losing 2.5 to 3 points right here, right? That's about 3 points of risk for 1 point scalp plus runner, and your runner will get stopped out. So, but that's what the strategy entails. Bad risk reward, but very good probabilities. So, that's what we do on the stream. And we try to find the best setups possible together as a community. Also, I trade pure price action. That means everything on the screen helps with price action. Market's about to open in 40 seconds. So on the screen, I have the trading range indicator marking all trading ranges using pure price action, and also the two-legged pullback indicator automatically counting all legs, identifying for us second entries with dark red, dark green numbers. If you want more information about the indicators, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Also, if you would like to join on the Apex challenge, ending the poll here, most of you guys think it's going to be a trading range day today. There's a 50% off code right now on Apex. So for those interested, take advantage of that. It's in the pinned message. If you look in the pinned message, you can find it very easily. Nice push up here. This should be the place we get a reversal, but we're not doing so. Right, we're clearly above the 20 MA on the 2K chart. Right, we're not gonna go short here, pandas. We're not going short here. Clearly above the 20 MA. Not going short here. Richard Harris as Panda, is your Discord name Core Street? Not even close. That is a scam. Don't even click that. You can find the Discord if you go to the website. Richard Harris, I put a link there, and you should, with that link, be able to get to the Discord. We do have a two-legged pullback here. A, B, C. It's a higher low two-legged pullback. Kind of far away from the 20 MA. I want to get closer to 20 MA here. Multiple, micro triple top here. True Jumper says another whole day without any trades. In my opinion, that's not even a diss. That's a compliment. Sometimes trading is like that. You'll go a whole day without making trades, and it's beautiful. If you know the setup, that means there might be some days where you just don't feel comfortable with any trades. And for you to know that, right? For you to have a whole day without any trades because you said, I didn't like any setups today, that means something. That means you know the setup well enough to not jump into trades just because. Man, we're at the top of the trading range. We got a double top here. Failed second entry long here. But too far above the 20 MA. I mean, we're just above the 20 MA. So I'm thinking, we're still in a bull trend. Right? If we're under the 20 MA and we saw this setup, that'd be a different story. Now we're breaking up here. I want to go long here, pandas. It feels like an entry short. I really want to go long here, but man, I cannot. The trading range indicator marking here the top of the trading range, but man, this looks good for a long. But it is what it is. I'm gonna skip this trade because trading range indicator telling us very plainly here that we are at. There's so much chop here that the trading range indicator moves up to the top here, and I'm not going to trade against my trading range indicator here. But also not going to trade with it at the moment because we're not in the right context. Right? It's too far above the 20 MA. We need to be below the 20 MA in order to take a short here. Right? There's no evidence that this has reversed yet, in my opinion. So, for anyone going long here, you have a good chance to make your point, but, with the trading range indicator marking the top of the trading range, I'm just sitting on my pause. Makes a perfect scalp the other way. Right, so if you went long here, you're already trapped out. Right, on that. This trap was a trap, right? when traps start to fail like this, you're looking for some reversal, and that's a nice bear bar right here. That's why I don't trade against the trading range indicator. Right, when you have the top of the trading range right here marking it for you, don't trade against it, in my opinion. Unwise thing to do. See, how many of you guys thought this would go up forever? But trading range indicator marking very clearly that we're so choppy, right? This is the trading range on the 2K chart. Very large trading range though. Breaking below, right, this channel here, breaking below the 20 MA. Now we have some evidence that we might be reversing here, strong bear bar with some follow through, and so we need to find a setup here. Unfortunately, Panda's only setup is a two-legged pullback, and it's very, I mean, it's gonna be hard to get. Right? There's a lot of price action that needs to happen in order for us to get into this trade here. So I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. But Pandas, guess what happened here on the 10K chart? Two-legged pullback. A, B, C on one of the worst signal bars I've seen, but makes a scalp on the 10K chart. Now we're coming up here, hitting its head, make a big push down, but coming right back up. We might be bouncing off the top of the trading range again here, tapping it perfectly. Very interesting here. Unsure what's happening right now. Right, we're kind of consolidating, right, going back and forth here. I thought we're gonna continue this uptrend, like this can be. I thought it was a bear trap, and we're gonna continue to go upwards, but unsure what's gonna happen. Pandas just sitting on my pause. I would like to see this push down further and maybe a couple legs down. I would like to see a two-legged pullback below the 20 MA if I were to enter a short trade here, but currently nothing I like here. Right, no setup for us. I'm not gonna go long here. There's no setup there. Yeah, measure move. Hassan Marabi, good looking out here. This is a measurement that we should have put earlier. I should have put this a little bit earlier. But here's a measure move. And this is where we're hitting it. This would be the measure move. If we do get to it, you know, if this starts to break down or break out here, this could be it. Right? It could just be way too much buying pressure in this trading range. Plus the 10K chart basically showing us a failure, right? A failed second entry short, reversing here, and we can get a nice push up if it breaks above this high. It's, for me, it's not a technical trap, but it's a trap. It's a failure nevertheless, because we failed to reverse the market. We should get two legs down, but instead of two legs down, it just reverses and continue the original trend. So potential good trade here, but big risk as well. Right, the 10K chart, right when it broke above this high, this previous candle's high, it makes a point almost immediately. But you gotta think about the risk here. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 4.25 point, 3/4 point risk, 4.75 points risk here. You get the 1 point, you don't even get 2 points here, so you gotta consider that in that trade. You gotta consider your risk. Man, I saw an awesome interview of Al Brooks, and if you look up probably interview Al Brooks, maybe I'll find it for you guys here. I'll post it for you guys. I found it to be helpful. Pandas, as you guys are joining, make sure you guys scalp that like button. That's an Al Brooks. Let me put a little more context here. Man, I thought this was so helpful. This interview Al Brooks did recently. Yeah. Right. This bear trap here, reversing the market. 10K, basically a failed second entry short to reverse the market, and reverses immediately and gives us a nice push up here. And that's the risk you have to take, right? You have to get at least 2 points here. So you're coming out with 2 points and now you have a runner, maybe gonna reach yesterday's high. But right, that's the risk you gotta take. You have to be willing to risk that much. And so for me, I mean, I could trade that with 2 contracts. You know, I'd be willing to risk, you know, $400 or $500 to gain, you know, to gain. Actually, you'd be risking about $400 or $500 to gain $200 plus a runner. But that interview, man, Our Brooks kills it. He's just so good. He is too smart. That guy. That guy's a genius. So failed breakdown of this channel here. Continuing upwards. But no trades for us really yet. No setups. Mindful Jazz, he says, thanks for being my trading partner. It's nice to hear some stock chat from the take chart while I'm trading. I appreciate the help. Hey, pandas, that's why we're here. Yeah, that's why we're here. Trade with each other. You know, trading can be very lonely. You know, you're just staring at charts all day. But if you have a community to do with it, you know, just how much does that increase the just enjoyment of the experience? So pandas, I'm glad, you know, that you guys are joining the stream. Not only for you guys, but for me. You know, I love it. I love trading with you guys. So, do appreciate it. Don't forget to scalp that like button. You know, we would love to see this community continue to grow. But it can only do so with your help. And you guys have to drop GMs in the chat, right? Give us a good morning in the chat with your location. Give us, you know, scalp that like button for us. And you doing so will help this community a lot. You'll be helping yourself by doing so. If you're joining every single day, you know, it does help a lot. But pandas, no setups for us so far. I mean, the 10K, you could have potentially taken this fail signature short here on the 10K. Again, big risk here. The 5-minute printing a strong bull candle ending near its high, but no follow through. So no follow through. This bull candle doesn't mean much to me other than this is an exhaustive bar, right? If it's a measuring gap, if this was a gap bar, which means that creating a gap from the previous candle, right, to the next candle, that means typically a measure move up. It would have follow through, but no follow through here, pandas, right? Strong bull bar and then reverses. And so that's not what you want to see if you see strong bullish behavior. Right? You should not see reversal like this. Increasing the chance that that's exhaustive. Needs to have some follow through, but the follow through looks like this on the 2K chart. 3 bear bars in a row. Hitting our trend line once again here, testing it. 10K chart. Ooh-wee. What should have happened is that we should continue to keep going up with this reversal, right? Failed short. This is kind of like a failed trap because this should continue the original trend, but we're getting a nice break of previous candle's low. Confusion in the market right now. We're looking for a stair steps pattern if this is going to continue to go upwards. So stair steps pattern, right? Here's a previous kind of pivot high. We broke above it, and now we're coming back down to test that previous pivot, and we failed to close beneath it. We're above the 20 MA still here. We need a 2-legged pullback, but this could be a stair steps pattern if this continues to go up. I'd like to see the nature of this right here. I'd like to see the behavior. A, B, C. We could reverse here. We have break of trend to new high. It's hard to tell. We could reverse here. We can continue this uptrend. You know, that's a $1 million question. Are we going to have a reversal pattern here, or are we going to have this continuation of this uptrend that's been pretty strong as of late? We shall see. Multiple bull bars in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bull bars in a row. Right, no setups for us though, regardless, currently. Right, currently the stair steps pattern may be in play here, right? Because right here is the previous pivot high. We broke above it and we came back down, couldn't close beneath it. We tested it and now we're bouncing off of it. And so we can continue this stair step pattern. Right, so what people would do is actually they'll just buy it once it hits the previous pivot high. And so if it breaks above here, they'll just buy it once it returns back to this level, comes back down, thinking we're making stair steps. But we shall see. We're just waiting here. Just realized the stair steps pattern might have began over here, right? Stair steps pattern comes up, tests it here, tests it again here, keeps continuing to bounce off of it. Right now it's next stair step pattern here, comes up, bounces off of it, comes up. Unfortunately, we do not have our setup though. Stair step pattern looks like it's coming into play here. Fails to get to this high. It might give us a second entry. We might have an entry here, pandas. Very interesting though. Failed to trigger the second entry short. Failing to do so. I may want to enter long here if it breaks previous candle's high. Seeing that it made the micro double bottom here. It's just a strong uptrend in my opinion. I am so tempted just to go long here. I'm very tempted just to go long. But I'm gonna wait for my setup, pandas. I have some reason to go long here, right? On the 10K chart, about to trigger trap. Trap just triggered, goes up one tick. Trap on the 10K chart, pushing up. I'm gonna wait for my setup on the 2K chart though. The trap on the 10K, even though it's a trap, a very high chance to make a point, very far from the 20 MA. Right? This is pretty far from the 20 MA. At least here it comes back to try to test it. But man, this is pretty far from 20 MA, so just sit on my pause. I don't have a setup right now. If you're in a trade, then congrats. I just could not find a good setup yet. We have the stair steps here. What traders will look for is another push up, right? And then hopefully to like a pullback back down to the top of this pivot here. Here's a new pivot. So if the stair step pattern continues, we're gonna push up here and then maybe come back down to test this pivot high. So here's our stair steps right now, stepping up. Unfortunately, we don't have a setup though. Just watching, pandas, just watching. Still currently no setups, just watching. We want the setup to come to us. Okay, something like this. It's failing to push higher here. right? Where we should be getting this kind of pattern, right? Continuing the previous patterns here. It's not continuing here. Rather, it's reversing back down to 20 MA. Potential trap trade here. I'm not sure if I'm interested in this trap either. I'm not gonna be lazy here. I'm gonna draw my trend line. This trap will be coming off this trend line. Ooh, do I want to go long here? We look pretty overextended, and it doesn't look super bullish either. Right? When you look at this chart, it doesn't look that okay. Well, that answers that. That's why I didn't want to enter this 10K trap here. It's too far from the 20 MA. But now that we got this trend line, perfect scalp trap here. Off the 20 MA, off the trend line here. I don't know. I don't like these wicks. I don't like these wicks here. Hard to say what's to happen here. Almost want to go long if we have like a signal bar like that on the trap. Maybe good enough to just scalp here. Above the 20 MA, off this trend line. Break of trends here. I don't like these wicks here. I don't like these failed breakouts to go higher, but still clearly above the 20 MA. Still very clearly above the 20 MA here. It's making me antsy. I kind of want to go long here. When the price action looks like this on the higher time frames, it's a little difficult for me. Right, choppiness on the 10K chart. The 5-minute chart looks like this currently. Right. Could be looking like a bull flag of some sort, but we are getting chopped right now. Makes a perfect scalp, absolute scalp on that trap. 20 MA trend line. That could have been a missed opportunity, but just I don't know. I just didn't like these wicks here, and yeah, just barely enough room from here to here. Is, you know, it's just there for a perfect scalp. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's all good though. But man, with the signal bar like that, I was thinking maybe the risk is worth it. The risk is just about 2.5 points, a little more than that. 1 point to gain 1 point. Really antsy. I really wanted to enter that, but just had one or two things I didn't like about it. Kellyanne, taking that trap here, congrats. Because you're definitely out now. You might have a runner, but I don't know if the runner gets stopped out or not. It looks like this market's maybe not too friendly with runners, because if we're on a stair-step patterns, then we're going to come back down and test this here. Yeah, I don't know. When you hit this, like, maybe I was looking for that third push up, right? Create that wedge. But I just didn't like the shape of this either. It is what it is. I mean, congrats for those who took that long. I was really contemplating it, but I sat on my pause. Typically don't like to go so late into trends because at any point this can reverse, but we have the L4 setup on top of this wedge here. L4 setup. That's not what you want to see. Failed trap. L4 setup. Top of the wedge here. Interesting. I would like a nice sign of a reversal here. Al Brooks would probably take this short here, in my opinion. He'd probably take that short. Al Brooks would do that. Top of the wedge. I just like more signs of reversal if I want to enter here. Something funny just happened. Guess where it bounced off of? My line here, which I marked from this pivot high because of the staircase pattern. And I marked it because I was thinking we might come back to retest it. And that's exactly what happened. Came back to retest the staircase pattern. Right? The top here, the staircase. Just boom, touches it, bounces off. That means limit orders. We're waiting at the top of this pivot high. That's the only reason why that would happen, and that it is due to institutions doing that. Still sitting on my pause here. Getting a little confusing. Getting quite choppy now here. But this is a perfect scalp trap, nevertheless. But I'm not going long right into the top of this wedge. I'm not doing so. It's an unlikely event. If you're going to do so, you're going to have big, really good risk reward. Low probability event to go long. Only way to take that is if you want, at least 4 points, I think, from this trade. And I'm not talking about you scalp, 1 point and try to get 4-point runner. You have to get 4 points on your entire position because you're risking this much low probability trade. So you gotta have a big reward here. So you'll be banking on the fact that this might 1, 2, 3, 4 points up to here, and you need your entire position to carry up to here. If you're going to make this trade, make it worth it. In my opinion, the reason why I chose 4 points is because 2 times this risk reward is about 4 points. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and almost 5 points. You got to get it right 2 times this risk reward. That's why I chose 4 points. But technically, you should be getting up to 5 points here. Making new all-time high. The longs are still making money though, right? Every long, right? These longs are still making money. Right, this is a fail second entry short trap, right? Perfect scalp trap, another perfect scalp trap, right? 2 perfect scalps happening in a row. What do I mean by perfect scalp for those who don't know? That means the previous reversal, right, only went 5 ticks. Why do we use 5 ticks? It's because you need to get 5 ticks, right? One tick for the stop loss entry or the stop entry, and 4 ticks for the point, and so 5 ticks means it's a perfect scalp. And so for those who are just trying to get 1 point off these, counter trend trades, right, they're just getting it. But the problem is with that is that you potentially can have trap traders because the market enters in a queue. And so the market entering a queue means that first in, first out. And so, you know, if you're late into that trade, then you could be, you know, one of the last ones trying to get out. And so these perfect scalps also mark traps for us as well. You're in an absolute scalp if you go 6 ticks, right? Because those people who wanted the scalp are able to get out absolutely. Like I mentioned, if you're in this trade, you gotta hold it, right? In my opinion, to 2 times this risk reward in order to make it worth it, which is right here, 1 tick above the all-time high. And you gotta hold, in my opinion, your entire position there. You have to hold it. So for those who went long here or looking to get out right here, 2 times this risk reward. I'm not in this trade obviously, but that's how I would trade this. That's how I feel like you have to trade this in order to make it worth it. And then once it hits this, then maybe you can have your runner play out here. But in my opinion, you have to try to get this risk reward here. Right, you're trading a breakout of a wedge, right, ascending wedge. Clearly above the 20 MA though. Just watching this. By the way, pandas, my Apex journey so far, up about like $1,700, and yeah, getting there. Getting there pretty slowly because I'm only trading 4 contracts now, and I am being very wary of the $5,000 drawdown. And so, because of the $5,000 drawdown, I have to trade more conservatively, actually. Even though you have a $150,000 account right now, even though I have that, with the drawdown, you have to treat it like that drawdown, right? You have to treat it like a $40,000 account, in my opinion. That's how you have to treat it. Because the drawdown is only $5,000. So that means like you have about maybe, you know, 5 trades you can fail. 4 or 5 trades you can fail in a row. Grinding upwards. So for those swing traders here, man, it's not looking too shabby for you guys, but in my opinion, you gotta get it. You gotta hold it. You gotta diamond paw it until we get here. This is not trading advice, by the way. You know, trade at your own risk, but that's how I have to trade this in order for me to make it worth it. So something interesting happened here is when we come back up, we see limit orders being bought right here at the top of this bar. This bar, right? People are waiting here. It's like, oh man, I missed it. I think we're gonna make new all-time highs. So I'm gonna wait for a pullback, and the pullback was, people were waiting for the pullback back to the top of this, and they were able to enter here again, and this is why you see this bounce here, right? The price action is telling us that it's not a guess. It's exactly what happened, right? Institutions were waiting here, seeing that all-time highs are in view, and they're thinking if it comes back down, I'm gonna enter this trade. That's what they did. Enter that trade here. When it came back to the top of this, it goes down below one tick, but enough limit orders here to buy. Looking for that new high, new all-time high. So for those who took this swing trade here to go long, and you're very close to your target, that's a nice 5-point trade here in my opinion, if you're able to get it. But you're still like, you're still sweating because you're not there yet. Not there yet. See, like when I see this kind of price action, I'm not confident to go long. I'm just not. It's just, oh my, it looks terrible. It looks really bad. It's like very choppy going. It's like grinding upwards. I don't like that. And so you guys are rolling in, make sure you scalp that like button. So grindy. Can't go long, can't go short. But clearly above the 20 EMA here. This could be our spiking channel here. Spike. Channel. We finally got a pullback that we can use for our channel. Strong push down, the 5-minute chart. Ooh, very strong push down here. Coming back to our channel here though, that we just marked. Hitting the channel here. The 10K chart triggering a second entry low, but in my opinion, tight bull channel, small pullback bull channel. That's what we're seeing here. 5-minute, starting to break down now. Now we're under the 20 EMA. Another pretty strong pullback, but now to the channel here, bouncing off. I mean, I'm not going short unless I see a double top, unless I see some sort of evidence in price action that we are reversing here, but clearly up trend right now. trading range indicator, marking trading range as well. But I'm gonna respect this channel here. I mean, it's already been touched and tested here, so I'm gonna respect it actually. We have a two-legged pullback here, pandas. Terrible signal bar though. And right now, this price action, I think it looks bearish, but I don't know if you should see legs like this on a strong uptrend. I just don't think you should see it. Right? You shouldn't see such confidence in the bears right now. The bears are super confident making their points. They're making a point on the second entry here, but also on the first entry. You can see it's a first entry because it's a light red number, pink number here. So that is a first entry to the downside. But two-legged pullback forming here. A, B, C, two-legged pullback. Off of the trend line, off of the 20 EMA. Boy, oh boy, hitting its head right at the top of the trading range indicator. Talk about confusion. Terrible signal bar, not even interested. That makes it easy for me. You're looking for a trap trade at this point. Terrible signal bar. Context is not that bad to go long, but signal bar is terrible. Gonna let it be. Sitting on my pause still, no setups. Super strong uptrend though. Just been his uptrend. This channel is now breaking. Two legs down. Could be measured move. Back to here. Bottom here. Now you're stopped out. For those who are swing trading, trying to get 2x your risk reward here, no joy for you. So you just got stopped out right there. Now we're below the 20 MA, as you can see. Very difficult to go long, in my opinion, when we're below the 20 MA like this. We could be looking for a new high. We could get a new high here, but hit that measure move perfectly from here to here, from here to here. Hit that measure move perfectly. But it's just so choppy, you know. When your candles look like this, I just don't have that much confidence. Now we're rolling over here. No setup still for us, unfortunately. Could have taken maybe this trade, right? This trade might have been the best trade so far, but still, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Guess where we're finding ourselves. Trading range indicator on the 2K chart. Guess where we're going? Straight to the bottom of the trading range indicator. I really wouldn't be surprised if it bounced off here. Bouncing off of it right now. you can see. Two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Bottom of the trading range on a 2000 tick chart. You thought this was gonna go up forever, but in my mind I was like, man, this trading range is still here. Marked it perfectly, bounced off perfectly, 2 points off the bottom of that trading range so far already. Trading range indicator, man. Using pure price action to identify these trading ranges. It recognized this chop and it kept the trading range here, and just letting us know, hey, this is a potential trading range, and it ends up being a trading range. Never decent context to go short, however, bottom of trading range, can't trade into that. Can't go short here, bottom trading range. I might take the long here if this fails. If this trap fails and goes long, I may take it actually. But this is first breaker trend in my opinion. Looking at it, first breaker trend, right? You had this spiking channel, first breaker trend, looking for a new high, in my opinion. So this trap, I actually wouldn't take this trap because we haven't had that new high yet. So if this traps, you know, it could make a point, but there's some more price action, in my opinion, that needs to happen here. Almost makes a perfect scalp. One tick up. Strong bull bar ending near its high, not on its high, but near its high. Goes up, little follow through. Probably wants to make that perfect scalp. Perfect scalp made. Testing the waters. Perfect scalp. Absolute scalp made. So the two-legged pullback, simple two-legged pullback off the bottom of the trading range. Not going to take that. Barely enough room to 20 MA. So even though if you made that point, congrats. But man, that is scary to enter into. The signal bar also not so good. I'm completely fine missing these points because I have reasons to not enter those trades. So Tim Chone Streamlabs asked me what am I using to stream. By the way, as you guys are rolling in, make sure you scalp that like button. Didn't take any trades so far just because we've just been grinding upwards and not really able to find a good setup here for us. We have a nice two-legged pullback here, but the context is a little sus. Little sus here. For those who are rolling in, make sure to scalp that like button. Also, drop a GM in the chat. Let us know that you're in the chat, engaged with this community, ready to find those two-legged pullbacks, ready to get our bamboo. Let's get that bamboo. If you guys are just rolling in, I am doing a Apex evaluation. And if you look in the top left of your screen, you can see my progress of this Apex evaluation. And the goal is to make $9,000 before ever hitting a $5,000 trailing drawdown. And so once I can do that, I will be funded for $150,000. And so this is my journey to get it. This is the 4th day so far on this evaluation. And so I'm hoping to get this maybe, I don't know, maybe it might take a month. I'm trading pretty conservatively here because of the drawdown rules. If you're interested in joining Apex, getting a funded account from them, there's a 50% off code right now in the pinned message. You can see it. There's also a link there. Helps a lot if you use that link. By the way, pandas, I have like over 400 clicks on my link. Only 2 people have purchased it through my link. But 400 clicks into it, and so the numbers don't match up to me. And man, I emailed Apex. I was like, hey, where's my affiliate? Where's my money? And I'm pretty sure a lot more people are clicking this link through this, are signing up through my link. And yeah, they did respond, but nothing too helpful. So I'm just hoping, you know, the cookies last, right? The cookies just last until you guys actually sign up. If you guys do end up signing up, so I do appreciate if you guys use the link to sign up. Helps out a lot, especially because I do this absolutely for free every single day. Take time out of my own day to do this, right? Yeah, so I do appreciate your support in any way possible. Also, you guys can become pandas if you want to support me that way. But for those who are new to the stream, we're trading a two-legged pullback here. We're finding the setup, two-legged pullback. We trading exclusively here. We do have a higher low setup, but currently showing a signs of a double top here, right? Off the top of the trading range, bouncing off of it. Not sure how strong it's going to be, but price action should say, right, we're looking for a new high. We're looking for a new high here. But an attempt of a new high might be enough. Might just get something like this and reverse. Who knows? Yeah, that two-legged pullback indicator, if you don't have it, yeah, I mean, it's in my opinion, the greatest tool to have if you trade the two-legged pullback. It's a two-legged pullback indicator, so having the two-legged pullback indicator if you trade two-legged pullbacks is very helpful. And as you can see, it works on basically any time frame. I have it on a 10K chart. You can see at the bottom left what time frame I'm looking at. Time frame 10,000 tick chart. Also the 5-minute chart. I even use it, right? Look at this on the 5-minute chart. If you didn't have the two-legged pullback indicator, you're like wondering what's happening here, but we haven't even made two legs yet. A, B, C. We're looking for a two-legged pullback on the 5-minute chart. And on the daily, even on the daily, I use a two-legged pullback indicator. And as you can see, I have a trap here. And this trap triggered this amazing downtrend here. This amazing pullback. But right now, we're working on the break of trend to new high. And this new high is created by spiking channel here. And it's just grinding upwards here. I don't like these grindy, upward movements on the S&P 500s because how that it usually translates during the day just to be very choppy. It usually translates like that, but low volume, not necessarily low volume. Volume is actually pretty much similar, but low volatility, right? There's not much movement we were getting here. So we're getting a higher low setup here. Not interested in this higher low. Because it's a terrible signal bar. If it's a better signal bar, maybe interested. Mindful Jazzy says, I use an indicator on the 1-minute chart. This guy's scalping on really short time frames. Let's go, baby. Again, not looking to go short here because we're looking for a new high and we are not in the right place to go short. This could work, but we're not in the right place yet, in my opinion. We need to make that new high. Even though this is a failure, right? And we have a two-legged pullback. A, B, C is a Pikachu trade. Pikachu being that it's both a second entry short and a failed second entry long at the same time. Why is it called Pikachu? Because the second entry long looks like this: A, B, C. And if you look at it, it looks like a lightning bolt, which means it looks like a Pikachu tail. So we call these Pikachus, right, just to easily identify them. You can easily see it with the indicator, right, with a dark red number with a magenta box. Right, the dark color number magenta box means that this is a Pikachu trade, both a trap and a second entry. Currently, that's what it's showing right now. But I'm not interested in this Pikachu because we gotta make that new high. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna enter this trade, or fortunately, because it could trap, right? It could just make one tick below and push back up. In fact, if it does that, I'll probably trade the failure. I'll probably go long to trade long to get to the new high here. But almost every time frame showing us a trading range, right? 10K also showing us trading range on the 10K chart. 5-minute chart also showing us trading range, just showing us how choppy the market has been as of late. Right, that's what's making this trading so difficult. This is why I haven't entered any trades. And so if you're entering trades here and there, in my opinion, I'm just like, I just don't have the evidence to enter any of those trades. And it is what it is. I will go long here if this Pikachu fails. For an A, B, C pattern, making another Pikachu to go long potentially here. Looking for that new high. But we haven't triggered. We haven't triggered it yet. Right, the second entry short. Can't go long here because of terrible signal bar, but it's above the 20 EMA. Right, the 20 EMA is also, you can see it kind of starting to go upwards now. Starting to bend up. Kellyanne says she took the long. Hey, Pandas, show some love. Thoughts and prayers to Kellyanne here. Thoughts and prayers. Looking for a long trade here to like a pullback off the 20 EMA. Go long. Failed second entry short. If that can trigger, it's not triggering though. It's not giving me the setup that I want. It's not triggering it for me, unfortunately, and it is what it is. Right? You're just not getting our setup. Micro double bottom here. I'm just asking for one tick below the previous candle's low to trigger the second entry short. Ain't happening though. It is what it is. Don't want to be lazy here. I'm going to mark my trend line. If it breaks this high, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes an all-time high. If it breaks this, I wouldn't be surprised if it just shoots up to make an all-time high. Because it basically pseudo trapped here. Right? The micro double bottom. And people enter short right there. And they're getting trapped out now. But unfortunately, I didn't get the setup I wanted. It's okay. I was waiting for it. I was being really patient, but it just did not happen. I wanted to trigger one tick below, and now it made a point. It made an absolute scalp, right? Breaking above this previous candle's high. I wouldn't be surprised for new all-time highs now. Pandas, just didn't get the setup we wanted. Just didn't get it, unfortunately. It is what it is, right? The micro double bottom here. Roberto F says, any advice on not getting trapped? I think I'm getting trapped too much. Just do opposite of whatever you want to do. That's how you not get trapped too much. If you're getting trapped too much, just do opposite of everything you do, and then you start making money. I'm just joking, of course. That's terrible advice. But if you're getting trapped too much, what can I say? I get trapped all the time. I think you just need to either learn how to read the price action better, read the context better. I don't know what else to say other than that. You're entering in the wrong market cycle, let's just say, right? If you're getting trapped too much, then you're not waiting for the price action to carry out. And so right now, I'm not going short right here because of the fact that we didn't make a new high yet. And I'm looking for a new high here. And this could trap traders here. But it is a two-legged pullback though. A, B, C, failed breakout to the upside, clearly below the 20 MA. 20 MA is curling upwards as well. This could give a trap here to propel us to new all-time highs. But I don't like how we're actually closing underneath the trading range indicator. When the trading range indicator is actually starting to mark this, right, with failed breakouts here, it makes my ears perk, and I'm wondering what's happening here. Thinking we might come back down to the bottom of the trading range, right? Especially with the price action we're getting here. The terrible signal bar. Not interested in this trade to go short. More interested in going long, but don't like it how we're going right into the top of the trading range here. It's just so choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars. Little teeny spiking channel, maybe you can call it. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. You get a nice trap here. Oh man, I kind of want this trap, but it's so just choppy. I'm not even confident in this trap. Top of the trading range. Not have enough room to here. I like the curling upwards, the 20 EMA curling up here like this. Trap does trigger. I'm gonna, I don't know what's happening. It's just too choppy right now. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're in this trap right now. Give me a 2 if you skipped it. If you're in this trap currently, give me a 1 in the chat. Ooh, that's disappointing. 1 tick, breaking up, reversing here. This is why I don't like to enter this chop here because of that. Even though it looks juicy setup with a trap like that. That's very disappointing follow through. It can still make a point, don't get me wrong, because 20 EMA is still here. Coming back up, giving some hope to those who are in this trap trade. Coming back up. So for those who are in this trap, we're able to come out break even right there. And that's why you saw that little movement back to the top here. People are trying to come out break even. People coming up. People are not even coming out break even, that they're making money. They made money now. So people are going beyond break even and making money, showing a strength from the bulls here. I may enter this trap now with a bull bar like that. Man, that's disappointing though if you see this kind of price action. I'm kind of happy you didn't enter it. You see that move down like this, but coming back up. Very tricky in my opinion. Very tricky. You know, like in my mind, I'm glad I'm not in this trade because right now it's just acting too sketchy, but it could make a point here. So incredibly choppy. It's disgusting. So choppy at the moment. Trader Green says he got a point on the trap. He must have gotten with the limit order. Made a retracement. Trap could make a point here. Needs to hit the 25s or the 50s to make a point. Absolute scalp. It looks like it's a mile away from here though, because it's so choppy. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. It's just so choppy, Pandas. I don't feel confident in any trades right now in this. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This uptrend is just so grindy. And you get into trades like this, which just takes forever to complete. Even if it does complete, you just want to rip your hair out. Hopefully it does make a point for anyone in this trade. You know, I don't want you to lose money, but this is my opinion. I mean, we have this curling 20 EMA. Okay. Needs one more tick to make the perfect scalp. Still torture in my opinion. Still torture if you're in this trade. Especially if you see this start to happen. You're just wondering, okay, am I gonna get stopped out? But also opportunity for those, you know, who want to enter. They can enter now with this bar. be my guest. You may enter if you want. For me, I didn't enter back here, so I'm not entering here. I'm just sitting on my pause. Technically, you can enter this trade still. Right? If you enter right now, you're actually in the proper place. And one tick above the signal bar. Hi. Lee 881888 says, don't have hair, so I'm good. You can rip your eyebrows out. Again, in my opinion, just like no solid setups for me. In my opinion, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. This trap is failing currently. Huh. Jeez. I mean, how choppy can you get? You know, I'm just sitting on my pause. So many overlapping bars. Starting from here, basically, like you have like this many overlapping bars. 1, 2, 3. It just looks like this. I'm just not interested. Your stop loss is over here if you did enter this trap. So potential 2-point risk, 2.5-point risk essentially to gain 1 point. Oh boy, oh boy. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for those trap traders. Or for those who took this trap, top of the trading range. I didn't like these wicks. Did not like them. And you guys wonder, why do I sit on my pause so much? Why do I do so? It's because of exactly this reason. When it's choppy, you gotta recognize the chop. You gotta respect the chop. Gotta respect the chop here. Just watching. I don't know, setup here. There's nothing to do here. Just watching. All right, there's some luck here. There's some joy here for those who are still in this trap. Right, you're still not stopped out. Your stop is here. You can enter this trade again if you really like it now. I'm sitting on my pause though. Strong bull bar. Do I like this long now after this big reversal bar? Ooh! The people who are in this trap are so happy right now that that just happened. This whole big bear bar reversed. Again, you can enter the trade if you want to right there. You can still enter the trade. One tick here, keeping your original stop loss. At this point, I would skunk my trade and just, you know, just be done with it. Skunk my trade right there. What I do like is this trap on the 5-minute about to trigger. 5-minute trap triggers. Trap does make a point finally, but look at the pain you had to go through to get that. The 5-minute also triggering outside bar trap reversal. Still going up though. You finally make your point. You could have re-entered a trade here on this wick down. Plenty of opportunities to keep entering the trade, but Just not interested. I would have skunked my trade, to be honest. If I saw this come back and come back up like that, I'll just skunk it. And just say, move on to the next trade. Making a double top now on the most choppiest channel you can possibly imagine. Goodness. It's untradeable in my opinion. This is like untradeable. We do have an L4 setup here. Can't go short here, still above the 20 MA, right? As the 20 MA is going up like this and we have this channel still intact here, I'm not going short right now. Sorry. It's not going short. This is no setups. The market has just been not good during stream. I mean, when the market looks like this during stream, just cannot trade it. Sorry. But Pandas, I'm fine. I'm fine not making any trades again today during stream. It is what it is. I'd rather you know, for the sake of content, I'm not gonna just jump in a trade I don't like. But what can you do? I mean, you can only take what the market gives you. This is what the market's giving us. It's nasty price action, terrible price action. For the last like 20 minutes, the price action has been terrible. So it is what it is. At least you know. At least you know when not to enter a trade, in my opinion. I think that is invaluable. But regardless, off stream, I'm gonna just you know, continue my journey here. Hopefully, find some progress. I just don't like any of these trades. It's terrible. Stuck in this little channel. Little teeny channel here. I mean, so close to all-time highs, you're thinking it's gonna make new all-time highs. It did finally make a new high from here. Right, break a trend to new high. That's why I didn't go short on anything here. Because I wanted that new high. Finally, the new high happens. Oh, but it is what it is. I mean, anyone entering here, going long, congrats. I mean, you're making your points here. Point here, point here, point here. It's just not my trades. Not for me, Pandas. Sorry. I'm almost looking to go short here. Almost want to go short here, Pandas. I actually want to go short here. Terrible signal bar though. It may seem silly, but I actually want to go short here. Main reason being the 5 minute has a failed trap here. Failed trap at the top of the trading range. Terrible signal bar right now. Big risk starting to form here. 1, 2.5 points. If it like keeps pushing down, that's a really big risk. Makes a perfect scalp again. Almost want to go short here, pandas. Just because that new high was made right there with the L4 setup. Failure. Makes a perfect scalp though. 20 EMA still acting as pretty strong support. Almost want to take this trap on the 5-minute, pandas. I'm going to risk it on the 5-minute. Do have this. The failed trap on the 5-minute. I want to enter this failed trap. Maybe back to the 20 EMA here. In this trade. Ooh, the risk is actually up to here. So it's 1, 2.5 points. 3-point risk here. Could be a silly trade. That trap fails and reverses, thinking we can go down here. Especially with the H4 on that 2K chart. But it might be getting that new high. It might be looking for that new all-time high now. We still have this channel still playing. I am trading against this channel right now, but in my opinion, this failed trap here speaks volumes to me. Trading only 2 contracts, risking about $300. Maybe worth reversing this trade if this fails, but it is what it is. You know, you don't like it when you enter a trade and it just like bounces off of it and never comes back to it. Don't like the feeling of that, pandas. Don't like it when it starts to turn green like that. Don't like that. Man, the one trade, super counter trend trade. I mean, I saw the failed trap here and I thought maybe we can get back down to the bottom of this, but man, this is starting to reverse pretty hard now. I may reverse this trade. I may reverse it thinking we're gonna pop up here, making new all-time highs. Ooh, I may reverse this trade. It'd be an outside bar reversal. Man, but it's choppy. I don't even like to reverse it, but if I reverse this, I gotta hold it for a small swing trade here, pandas. If I reverse this trade. Man, I don't even want to reverse it. I'll just take the hit. It'll be another red stream. It's not good, pandas. I thought it was worth it. 3 points. The 5-minute chart. Failed trap. Do I want to reverse this trade? Should I reverse it? Off this trend line here. H4 failure. 4 pushes up. Let's do it. Nah, I can't. Outside bar reversal. I'll just take the hit, pandas. We'll end the stream here. Man, I thought I can get that failed trap, that choppiness. I thought I could take advantage of it, but it is what it is. It is what it is, pandas. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit for y'all. Don't counter trend trade. Respect the trend lines. Man, I almost wanted to go long here because of this trend line now. Maybe scalp a point here. Still got a minute on this candle though, so I don't like to trade in the outside bar reversals. It looks like it wants to trap me out pretty soon here. I mean, the 2K chart looks nothing but bullish right now. Clearly above the 20 MA. About to stop me out right now. Stops me out. Pandas! It is what it is. I'll take that hit. It's all good. $300. It's all good. We'll make it up off stream. I'll see you guys on the Discord channel for those who are there. But it is what it is, pandas. I just wanted to enter a trade. I wanted to enter one trade. I saw that failed trap. That was good on the 5-minute. But it's all good. It is what it is, pandas. And I'm completely okay with that. Completely okay losing any trade I enter. And, you know, could be the pressure I feel on stream just entering that. But it is what it is. But pandas, hey, trade safe, everybody. It's all good. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. And bright and early, 9 a.m. Trade safe, everyone. And everybody, happy trading. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow.